Hi, and welcome to the People Chronicles Storied Women. My name is Ingarra-Milch, and I am your host. I am also the author of Lunch with Lucille. Lunch with Lucille is a story of how one woman's life impacted another woman. And here on Storied Women, we bring women from our community to share their story so that we can learn from them as well. And today my guest is Ann Dybalski. Hi, Ann.
Hello, Anna Rose. So good to see you.
So good to see you as well. Okay, I'm going to ask you that question. Is what is it that you want the takeaway to be from our little chat?
I really want women to understand that at times things look really difficult, and there are times that it seems like there's a lack of hope, but if you believe in yourself and you continue to move forward, you can do it. Just believe in yourself.
Just believe in yourself, yeah. Hope is, Pandora's box. Remember Pandora's box? Yeah. So when she opened the box, everything left. Everything went out except hope. And she closed it up quickly. Hope was left. Yeah. It's such an important thing for us to have in our lives.
Absolutely.
So tell me, have you always been hopeful? Have you always been at that point, or?
I've had my moments where I've kind of forgotten to be hopeful. Difficult times in my life where it would be very easy to crawl in bed and pull the covers up and just hide. And I've found that women such as yourself and other women I've met in the community have kind of helped me to regain my sense of self and realize that there is hope, and if I can just believe that it can happen, I can do this.
Definitely. I mean, you can do this, and you are doing this.
Yes.
That's the thing, you are doing
Yes.
this. So, but can you take us back to a time where you did feel like just going under the covers, and tell us what had happened?
I had been divorced for about a year, and I lost my job, and I had...
What were you doing at that time?
I was working in insurance at the time, and I had 2 small children. Well, not so small. My boys are very small, but I had 2 young children and a house and all of the expenses that go with it. And I found that I was back looking for a job in a difficult job market. 2007-08 was not a very good time to be looking for a job. And I was going through savings, and it seemed like there was just no way I was going to make it work. And I struggled a little bit, and with some help from my family and some friends, I managed to find another job at a very big pay cut, but at least I had a paycheck, so that was a big help. And I realized that I couldn't give up. I had to keep trying to push forward. And when I was sitting there with all of these bills and no income and 2 children and wondering how I was going to support them, it would have been really easy to just run away and hide. But, you know, a lot of people inspired me and taught me that you don't give up. You have to believe in yourself. And that's something that I have tried to carry on, is that belief in self, because it is so important that if you lose the faith in yourself, you're going to want to hide. Yeah. You have to believe.
So one of the ways that you did it, you say, was with people, with other people, you know, to help you, to inspire you, or just for somebody for you to lean on. Yeah. So how else can people find hope when they, I don't know if this is a question you can even answer, but how else can we find hope if we lose it,
That's difficult because it's different for everybody. I found it through very supportive friends and family. I found it through looking at my children and recognizing that they need me. I can't give up. They were more important than my sense of wanting to just give up. And that led me to a really great revelation that it wasn't all about me. And when it wasn't all about me anymore, it was easier to pick it up and go, okay, let's just do this.
That's really great, because in my mother's life as well, in Lunch with Lucille, that's what she talks about, being a widow and then realizing this isn't about me, has very little to do with me, but it's the kids that I need to.
That's why your book resonated with me so strongly.
Yeah, it's the same thing. She just looked at us and at some point and just said, I can't give up. I mean, if I give up, then it's not just my life that goes down the toilet. It's 3 other people who are coming with me.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Wow. Yep. So now I know your boys are large.
Yes.
How tall?
We call my younger one short stuff, but he's about 5'11", I think. and he's built like a linebacker. He could probably, I think he's about twice my width, his shoulders, because he works out all the time. And my other one is probably only about 5'9" or 5'10", but he's got the big broad shoulders as well. But they're now 18 and 24, and we've come a long way since those times when I wasn't quite sure where the next meal might be coming from.
Yeah, and so what are they doing now?
My older one is working in accounting. He's been out of school, I guess he graduated college in 2015, and he's been consistently employed since then. My younger one is a freshman at Kutztown, which is an adventure for mom, having an empty nest now. I thought it would be easier. It's not that easy. Kutztown, it might only be 20 minutes away, but it's like Nebraska sometimes. It just feels like so far away. But I keep so busy with school and work, of course, and also different activities through the chamber and Women to Women, and that really kind of helps to alleviate that sense of there's nobody home.
Yeah. But you've done your job.
Absolutely.
When you think about and when we think about our children, and that's our job is to get them to get them going.
Yes.
To get them going. Yeah. So now tell me. One of the things that I like about your story is that you hit a real low, and then you start to literally dig yourself out of the low, and now you seem to have, I don't want to say plateaued, but you're going back to school as well?
I am. I am going back for my master's in finance. I have 2 more classes after I finish this current course, and will be a graduate of Penn State Great Valley in May of 2018. So I'm pretty excited.
That's wonderful. So what will you do with that?
Well, I already work in finance,
right.
So I will use that to probably further my career, potentially where I am. I'm hopeful that they will have, actually I know that they have some very interesting positions that would correspond with my degree.
Excellent.
I just have to wait until they're available so that I can apply for them. And in the meantime, just continue to do some volunteer work and things like that. I'd like to try and help other women learn how to manage their finances. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but if I can find a format, it'd be really great to teach other women that they can do it too.
Yeah, I think that, one of the things is, one component of for women is to really have control of their finances. You know what I mean? And because we know that money is important. I mean, and we may not like to talk about it, and I don't think women like to talk about it.
Women hate to talk about it.
Yes, I hate to talk about money, but it gives us freedom, whether or not it calms our nerves when we know that we have enough money in the bank. Maybe I'm projecting, but I think, men or women, I think we all like to know that we have money. I mean, and resources. I mean, that's really the vital thing that we work toward. And so your idea of trying to educate women on with financial literacy, however you're going to do that, I think is a vital component of it. I mean, I think that getting a group of women. I know that you like to go into the woods. You do a lot of hiking.
I do. And that's actually one of the venues I was thinking of. Was there are a lot of women's hiking groups out there, and to be able to do a hike and perhaps at a lunch afterward discuss some of these issues, because as it turns out, I've looked into some of the statistics, and women are the highest rate of poverty throughout retirement. Many times they're ill-prepared, or they were relying on someone else for their support, and that person is no longer there. So it would be really beneficial, I think, for a lot of women to understand that retirement is about them, and they have to really take hold of their own life. And again, much like climbing out of a dark place, if you believe you can do it and you educate yourself, you can do it.
Yeah. I mean, you're living proof that you can do it. You are living proof that you can do it. So I was thinking of, if you take them on a hike into the woods, I mean, basically you're going to take them into the woods and then take them out of the woods, so to speak.
So to speak, yes.
Yeah, I think that's great. I would really encourage you to do that.
I am hoping to be able to start doing that after I graduate. I have homework to do in the meantime.
We all have homework to do.
But no, I do want to encourage women to focus on their own retirement and their own security and not rely on someone else, because it is so important for women to have the empowerment of knowing that they have their own retirement settled. they can't necessarily count on Social Security or pension. Those things may or may not be around. It's very important for women to understand how to set themselves up for success.
Yeah, I think that's great. And then when you go back and you're talking about hope, when we talk about hope, it gives us the blueprint for a better tomorrow. And knowing that we are financially solvent will definitely be part of the rosier future.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
'Cause you don't want to be halfway through your retirement and feel like, oh my gosh, I can't make this.
Yeah.
It's
how
not going to be a good day.
How totally frightening that would be. You talk about losing hope.
And a lot of women are facing that in their retirement years because they run out of funds. And it is a losing hope situation for many women.
Sure.
It's difficult to get back into a job when you've been retired for multiple years.
For sure.
Yep.
And who wants to?
Not many people I know.
Who really want to?
No. But I do. I want people to, well, especially the women of the community, to understand that the belief in themselves and the willingness to continue to move forward, even if it is a small step. It doesn't have to be a giant leap forward. You can take a small step and you're still moving forward. And that's really what's important. Because as long as you have forward momentum, you're going somewhere.
I like that. I like that. That's what hope is all about,
It is.
moving forward.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Ann, for coming and sharing your story with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you for listening. Thank you for following Storied Women on the People Chronicles. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The People Chronicles, and you won't miss any stories.
These stories are made possible in part by Queen City Restaurant, Greth Homes, Heidelberg Family Restaurant, and Spring Ridge Financial.